Hello and welcome back. I'm Mike, and today we have a brand new unboxing for you. That's right, we are doing, boom, YuGiOh Structure Deck Freezing Chains. So we got a whole bunch of cool stuff to go through, a bunch of old stuff, a bunch of new stuff, like 6 ultra rares inside of this, which is really, really cool. I have to quickly say, if you've been watching my channel recently, I may have done a Digimon unboxing. This, in comparison, is so diddy tiny. For example, here we go. Look, here we go. This is the starter deck for Digimon. This thing is dwarfed, just dwarfed by the sheer size of this. That's insane how much smaller it is. Let's put that over there for now. So, yeah, let's get into it. We've got loads of cool stuff to go through. I have a list of all the new cards and the new reprints all new reprints essentially. Get that out of there. Come on. There we go. Right there is our deck. Let's get rid of that box. Alright, that seems to be coming apart quite nicely there. But before we start this, I just want to say a quick thanks to the folks over at Magic Madhouse for sending this over today. Magic Madhouse is one of the biggest UK online retailers for Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, Digimon, and more, stocking a massive range of single cards, accessories, and sealed products at highly competitive prices. Want to find out more? Hit up the link in the description below where you can pick up your own whatever have you, be it structure decks, or starter decks, or new boxes, or Digimon stuff, because, we have a whole new channel about that. If you want to, find out about that, click on that way, Michael. Or click on that little card thing there. I'll tell you, take you to the new channel. But hey, why are we still here? We're looking at stuff like we got I think it's 6 ultra rares in this set. It's awesome, man. So let's quickly go through this. So this is Revealer of the Ice Barrier. This is one of the new ones. Let's bring this up a bit so you can see it. Let's go through the effects of this, yeah? While you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon. You can only use each of the following effects of Revealer of the Ice Barrier once per turn. You can discard 1 card, special summon 1 Ice Barrier tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the rest of the turn except water monsters. If you would discard or send a card from your hand to the graveyard to activate an Ice Barrier monster effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of one of those cards. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool indeed. Don't know if you can see the effect in there. It's so small on my little screen, I can't see if you can see it. So that's nice. We got Speaker for the Ice Barrier, so yeah. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, defense position monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. No, that's fun. You can only use each of the following effects of Speaker for the Ice Barrier once per turn. If you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon an Ice Barrier token, Aqua Water level 1, attack 0, defense 0. Nice. Okay. And we got Zujin of the Ice Barrier. It's a pretty decent little artwork. Look at this. Okay, you contribute this card. Special summon 1 level 5 or higher Ice Barrier monster from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can target 1 level 3 or higher water monster you control, reduce its level by exactly 2, and if you do, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Zujin of the Ice Barrier once per turn. Alright, we got another new one here. Winds over the Ice Barrier. Tribute any number of Ice Barrier monsters, special summon from your deck, that many level 4 or lower Ice Barrier monsters with different names from each other. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one of your Ice Barrier monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect that wins over the Ice Barrier once per turn. Nice. Ooh, okay, so this is the new Trishula retrain, I guess. This is Trishula Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. 1 tuner plus 2 plus non-tuner monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, you can banish up to 3 cards your opponent controls. Jeez. Wow, it's banishing. It's not even destroying. It's just bye-bye. If this synchro summon card is in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. From the extra deck or graveyard, its attack becomes 3,300. Then half the attack of any face-up monster your opponent currently controls. Also negate their effects. You can only use the effect Trishula Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier once per turn. Ooh! Nice! That's fun! Good gravy. Right, okay. So this is a, I wanted to say a new one. It's not. It's an errata. So it's, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Duloran? Tiger King of the Ice Barrier. I'll be honest, I've never heard this card before. I'm not too up to date with ice barrier stuff, so I apologize if I'm offending anyone there. But yeah, it's got an errata, so let's quickly just run through this so you can see what it is. I don't know what it is. 1 tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner water monsters. You can target any number of other face-up cards you control. Return those targets to the hand, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card returned to the hand by its effect until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of YuGiOh, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, once per turn. There we go. Ooh, okay, so this is onto the supers now, isn't it? Yeah, so these will be like the reprints and stuff. We've got Bryonic Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Gungnir Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Double check if there's anything else that I'm missing. That's okay. There's a few commons which are also new, which I'll try and remember as we get to them. Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Right, so this is one of the new ones. General Wayne of the Ice Barrier. Wait, I knew someone called Wayne. Don't think he was a general, though. Spells and traps sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard are banished instead. Oh, dang, dude. You can only use each of the following effects of General Wayne of the Ice Barrier once per turn. If your opponent controls a monster and you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Ice Barrier spell trap from your deck to your hand. Very nice. Okay, this is another new one. Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. During your main phase, you can send 1 level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's level becomes the same as that monster until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier once per turn. So yeah, it's a handy little tuner. Okay, so we got Blizzed Defender of the Ice Barrier, Cryomancer of the Ice Barrier, Prior of the Ice Barrier. I have no idea about Ice Barrier stuff. When did this come out? Because there's a few sessions where, I mean, it's tuners, so, and synchros. I was around then. I was doing stuff. I left just as like XEs was coming in, so somehow missed this. Prior of the Ice Barrier, Defender of the Ice Barrier, Warlock of the Ice Barrier, Spellbreaker of the Ice Barrier, Strategist of the Ice Barrier. I'm sensing a theme here, you know. It's a big old theme. Dance Princess of the Ice Barrier, Daisojo of the Ice Barrier, General Raiho of the Ice Barrier, Medium of the Ice Barrier, General Gantada of the Ice Barrier, General Grenade of the Ice Barrier. That's a silly name. Wow, we have straight up a vanilla. Genex Controller, Genex Undine, Aqua Spirit, Duprog, nice, Ronin Toadin, Fishborg Launcher, what? Maulin Glacier, the Elemental Lord? I don't know. Maybe that's what it's called. It's beyond me on that one. Silent Angler. All right, Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier is one of the new ones. When this card is activated, let's get it over here again so you can see it. There you go. When this card is activated, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Ice Barrier monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. While you control 3 or more Ice Barrier monsters you control are unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. You can only activate 1 Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier per turn. There's some really cool stuff in this. Magic Triangle of the Ice Barrier, Medallion of the Ice Barrier, Mirror of the Ice Barrier, Salvage, Service. Where art thou? There's a little dog going arf arf. I'm sure that's what's going on there. Appointer of the Red Lotus, Fiendish Chain, Ace Bard, Mind Drain, Heavy Storm Duster, Crackdown. Right, so this is one of the new ones as well. Terror of Trishula. That's some really cool art to go with it. Apply these effects in sequence depending on the number of Ice Barrier synchro monsters you control with different names. 1+, banish 1 card your opponent controls. 2+, banish 1 card from your opponent's graveyard. 3+, banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets an Ice Barrier synchro monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the effect. You can only use each effect Terror of Trishula once per turn. That's pretty nice. And there we are. That is the end with all the adverts. Wow. What's going on? Structure Deck, Legacy of the Duelist, and Duel Links. Blazing Vortex. Yeah, cool. That is a pretty tasty looking structure deck. I have to have a little play with that. See if I can get something going on with Ryan or something. Just have a little game. Yeah. That's a neat little deck. I'm interested to see what other people can try and do with it. One thing we haven't done yet, of course. A double-sided map which has, come on, all of the dragon things going on. There we go. We come around and we got the big one by there. And we go around there and we got that one by there. And of course on the back, you're gonna have all the instructions and all the combinations of things to do and as far as synchro monsters and stuff like that. Cool. Well, that is pretty much it for this structure deck. I definitely need to have a little play with it. It does look quite intriguing. There's some powerful little monsters in there. Now, I think it's a little while before we get anything new, so apologies for any gap in time. I'm going to have to try and figure something else in between for us to do, to keep you entertained and such, because there's not much happening at the moment. So look forward to hopefully something to do with that pretty soon. But until then, it is goodbye from me. See ya.